Oh, this fucking guy. Do not let him in. Understand me? Just ignore him. Ignore him, Jody.
Hello everyone. I am your movie host, Dr. Rorschach. Thank you for tuning in today. So every 2 years, we have to be blessed or cursed with another M. Night Shyamalan movie, and today we are talking about his latest film, Knock at the Cabin. This film is an adaptation of the 2018 novel, The Cabin at the End of the World. I haven't read the book personally, but I have heard good things about it. It's even received some praise by some authors such as Stephen King. But Knock at the Cabin centers around a young family vacationing in a cabin in the woods. Stereotypical, I know, but during this vacation they are visited and held hostage by 4 strangers who demand they sacrifice one of themselves in order to prevent the end of the world. Personally, I think this is an interesting concept, and in some parts of the film, it really delivers this concept very well. However, the movie is just significantly held back by poor filmmaking choices here. Just jumping straight into this, you can really feel Shyamalan's presence all over this film, and it brings back so much because this man is just extremely incompetent at filmmaking in general. He's a good storyteller at moments, but he's always just struggled with good, high-quality filmmaking. There are many issues and poor choices with the presentation of the film. The biggest of those being is the unnecessary flashback scenes in this. They're constantly interrupting the pacing of the main story. There is an important flashback scene in this movie, however, because of this, they must have felt the need to add 3 or more unnecessary flashbacks that add nothing to the story here. It really feels like they needed to add an extra 20 minutes to the runtime, so they just added those scenes. Something I rarely complain about in movies is camera work because it's so standardized and it's kind of hard to complain about it by this point, but good God, they must have let the college intern film this movie. There's scenes in this movie where 2 characters are talking and it's so far up in their face that their foreheads are cut off from the shot and it's at an angle somehow. Every scene just feels like it's zoomed in just a bit too far, which I don't know how they accomplished this considering 95% of the movie takes place in one location. While the movie does keep you guessing about what is really going on in the film, personally I found this movie just to be extremely predictable, even down to the deaths in the movie. There is a small twist near the end of the movie, but it's more of a small detail here and there than an actual movie twist that we've come to expect from Shyamalan movies. Just as a side note, if you're lucky enough to have not seen the second trailer and have only seen the first trailer, I cannot exaggerate this enough. Do not watch the second trailer. That trailer shows way too much and honestly gives away a lot of the good stuff in this movie. I was honestly very upset that I saw that trailer in theaters. It's not Shyamalan's fault, but I did just want to note that for those of you that have not seen the second trailer, or maybe none of these trailers at all. So what did I like about this movie? Well, I can say the cast is actually very good here, incredible at moments. The 4 visiting strangers are very good and convincing in this film, especially the lead, Dave Bautista. Bautista is extremely talented and really specializes in playing characters with some form of trauma, very similar to my current favorite actor, Lakeith Stanfield. I enjoyed just about every role I've seen Bautista in, and he really does steal the show here. Even if for some reason this movie tries to convince you that he's a 2nd grade teacher. Rupert Grint is also very good in this movie. It's really great to see him in a new role. Child actress Kristen Cui is also very good, and honestly, one of the best child actors I've seen in recent memory. I'd like to see her in another role after this. The only other good thing I can say about this movie is that its reveals in the movie are tense, stressful, and even disturbing at times, even if you are able to predict most of the movie like I was able to. So overall, my consensus on Knock at the Cabin is that it's a very mixed bag. There will be things you love and hate about this movie. I just really feel like this story could have been handled and presented better by a different director. But I do want to say props to all the cast members for giving it all. I mean, they were incredible in every scene they had. So overall, I'm going to give Knock at the Cabin a 5.5 out of 10. Even though I wasn't a fan of this movie, for what it does mean, the film doesn't stoop to the lows we have seen Shyamalan movies reach, such as movies like Glass or the Last Airbender film. So what do you guys think? Did you like this movie, or am I just dumb? Feel free to comment below, let me know your thoughts, the pros and cons, whatever you feel free to share. As usual, I am Dr. Rorschach, and thank you so much for watching.